we've been doing
You
at
had some bad
Brandywine.
luck there,
Oh
man.
my gosh.
And he kept making all his rolls. He had 50% chance of breaking, and he'd make them.
Yeah, no, it was pretty bloody, and so the whole mechanic with the bar stuff is significantly different melee wise than what we're used to here in La Bataille.
Yep.
Although I think that with the regs and the Marie Louise, the the potential for some type of disaster or things going against you in the melee combat is kind of on par with the stuff with bar, because they've got that, with the regs and Marie Louise. You've got a roll for to close, and then you've got you get whatever the firing is, and a lot of times the firing is doubled, and then you've got something where sometimes the odds can shift against you. Um, so it has in that rule set, those two rule sets, you do get a lot more potential for something that looked like it was going to be, a decent, assault,
Yeah.
suddenly going sideways. So
How many people are playing?
it's just the three of
Yeah.
us.
Three of
So
you, huh?
so David has who is it? Cornwallis's sort of wing of the British Army that did the big flanking maneuver around one of the unguarded fords north of Chad's Ford, and
Mm-hmm.
then I'm playing Niephausen, who was there at Chad's Ford, and so I am I am getting my I'm getting some experience. Let's just put it that way.
Yeah,
Get
I mean,
some
not the
game
pleasant kind.
experience. Well, it's one of those things where it all. I mean, I had a 5-to-1 attack that should have just been piece of cake, and then I rolled one of those zero results that has a special, a
Yeah.
special function or special thing, and then suddenly now I'm getting completely ground up. I got to make morale
Yeah.
checks. I had 2 leaders die, or I had 1 leader die and another one wounded. Just like, oh my gosh, it was just it was as bad
That
as it
that
could
zero
be.
result is anything goes in that zero result.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and so that was one of the things that I'm just like, oh my gosh, you know, here everything looked
Yeah.
like, and I had, in fact, I think I had 2 5-to-1s that both were
Yep.
just complete. Just I completely, if there's any way to roll the dice any worse, I couldn't have achieved it. I managed to just completely. And so I think in that turn, it's become a British loss, an American victory, just based on the leader getting killed and all those units getting just totally destroyed. I think that there's more British losses now than American losses at Brandywine. So
Oh, well, well, I think that sometimes the swings of fortune in that zero thing are a little bit too extreme, but hey, that's what they like.
well, it certainly makes for a some unexpected results, because otherwise the game itself is rather set piece, as everyone's just kind of moving forward, and there's not a lot of maneuver per se. I mean, I don't know. Correct me if I'm wrong, David, but I mean, when I was watching you and Michael play Chertuzits, it was pretty much okay. This line of infantry comes up, but the other line of infantry is behind it, and you've got your cavalry on the wings, and it's not anything that's very grand sort of tactical stuff where things are swinging around or doing something.
Yeah.
So they have to add something to make it compelling. If it was just a straight up odds, it would have, it would be. Yeah, I think it would be a dull game.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, okay, you're
Hey,
Mr. Buck.
everybody.
Yep, I think we
I'm
got
Hey,
here.
everybody here.
Robert.
So, since the Cowboys lost yesterday, I'm very depressed, and I'm just going to destroy my army in a bloodlust.
The Cowboys
I-
lost.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
So
Did they
So
lose by a
I'm-
lot or a little, or does it matter?
It
it
does
was
matter.
not a lot. It doesn't matter.
They always kind of make a vain effort and come close, but they never do make it.
Okay. No, that's a problem.
But
So
they do make it, but it's the same old thing, you know. Every year they kind of do the same thing. They Jerry promises a Super Bowl, and they play well enough, and
Nick
they get into the
blows.
playoffs, and then they drop an egg.
Yep.
And
So I'm sending every single leader that we have just on a cavalry
Is
charge
that
by
a
themselves.
suicide
Yeah.
mission? Okay.
Yes,
Oh,
that'll
so
make
we're
me
gonna-
feel better.
Okay, well, I guess we'll probably won't get past the cavalry charges tonight.
Well, it's actually the French's turn. The French. It's the start of the.
Oh, it's the
440
French turn. Oh.
It is the French.
Oh, it
turn.
is?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because you guys went last.
Oh, okay, I
and
can't even
we've
remember.
Basically been.
I can't either, Albert.
Well, this is why I posted to YouTube, because otherwise we all would have lost track of it by now. So
I gotta take more ginkgo biloba and help my little gray cells.
is that it? Okay. Well,
That's it.
But it's when you're washing it down with your whiskey. That's the problem. So
Yes,
so
our-
it's the
what is
French
it?
turn.
What is it? Our creek. Yes.
Yeah.
That's it. True.
Yeah. So we are. Let's see. It's the French turn. French 440 turn.
Okay, well,
All righty. Well, can we have just a few minutes to look over stuff, because I haven't even looked at this map for a while.
Absolutely, I think that's a great idea. I got to go grab the rule book and the fire chart. I left them over in the library. Give me a second.
Well, happy New Year's to you both.
Happy New Year to you.
Hey,
How's everything going?
Going all right?
yeah, I'm in my new house.
Nice.
Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations.
That's good. Had a little bit of things going on with. We had a leak in the basement, but that got all pretty much resolved, I think, here.
Good.
Okay.
And I finally, in which the room the leak was in, was going to be my game room office, and finally they finished and got the carpet replaced this week, and I'm actually in the process of getting myself moved in there.
Nice.
Well,
They
good.
have to put like sealant on the walls. Is that the issue, or?
No, it appears that they had not caulked correctly and sealed around the hose bib.
Ah, okay.
And then the guy was pressure washing and using that hose bib, and who knows if there's a little back spray, just shooting in there, and it filled up that little section in the wall, and then kind of slowly seeped out into this room. And I had moved I had all my boxes of stuff. We moved in the 30th, and I had my boxes, and I went to start unpacking them, and I picked up the box a couple boxes, and the bottom was a little wet. Not a lot, but just a little bit. I said, "Oh crap, we got something going on here." So, but as I said, we got that. We think we're 90, probably 8% sure that that's what it was eventually. As we looked at different things, and that's the only thing that really made a lot of sense. And so they replaced the carpet, and I'm in my room right now.
Nice.
Everything's
nice.
been fine.
Nice.
You need to ask the British government to give you wood from the Victory to panel your room. I
There
think
we
it's
go.
only fair. You could just bring up the War of 1812 and some other things, and
I
Other
will be
injustices our hands
yeah,
suffered by the Americans at the hands of the British.
There you go.
getting uh, getting looking forward to getting my Napoleonic prints up on the wall from
Oh,
my
nice.
visit to Paris 50 years ago, and
Ah, there you go.
Well, once you have it done, you have to share some pictures
yeah,
on Discord.
yeah. Get
All
some
right.
games set
Well,
up on the table, and whatever there. So
are you set this game up and
I could.
oh, okay.
Well,
You got what have you
actually, I'd
got
have to
set
do
up?
the. This is the newer version, right? I have the older version, so would
Yeah,
it
I
be
Have
think
you
the
got
map
exactly?
any?
is almost identical. I I I don't really know. I mean, the coloration might be slightly different. I mean I know the coloration's different because the old map had more of a tan look to it, and this one has more of this sort of green look to it. But otherwise, I don't know that there's any. I mean, maybe a few of the names or spellings of things have changed, but the overall layout is very, very similar. The only thing that's really different between sort of this and the original series is uh, the rule where you have to assault through the little doorways. And in the original system, um, you could assault the chateaus or the special structures through any hex side. So with this one now, you can only assault through sort of these front hexes, kind of a thing.
Oh, okay.
So, and I don't know that on the original one the doorways were very clearly marked. Um, maybe they are, maybe they're not. I'm not sure. So, all right. Well,
I just noticed that our reinforcements are missing from our campaign in Africa from Count von Rommel. Where's the Africa?
I'm afraid that all those tanks that were going to be diverted here have been sent to the Ukrainian front instead, Robert. So
Oh,
yeah, yeah,
the Prussians just
yeah,
needed the money and sold them.
yeah, yeah.
Okay,
Pretty much.
probably explainable.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
There's a certain amount of graft going on there. So, hmm.
So,
Hmm.
All right. Did you guys
what
want to meet
turn
in
is this?
rooms or?
I don't know, David. Do you have anything we need to chat about, or is it
Yeah, I
pretty?
do actually have a little bit of
Oh, okay,
something we could chat about for a minute there.
okay. We'll go to French HQ. Here we go. All right. What is the
So
situation?
I've got one guy kind of trapped on the other side of the creek there.
Yes.
Now, one
That's
thing I could wait and see if he gets routed or whatever, and then he can route back across. Um, Probably not very good. And I'm debating is what other you got any ideas? I'm thinking that one possibility might be I could bring some cavalry in behind it, that one at the bridge.
Yeah. I mean, he's got some cavalry that could um, potentially reaction
Countercharge.
charge.
That's true.
You know.
He does. He's got one,
Yeah,
two.
he's got. I mean, he's got some Landveer. Well, they're both Landveer Lancers. So they probably don't have
Oh,
the
yeah,
best of morales, but yeah, you
and
could.
they also have some other restrictions when they don't they when they try and charge
Well,
uh,
they have to make a morale check.
cavalry. Prussian Lambert cavalry must pass a morale check if they wish to declare a charge on Cheval. Failure to pass a check will see they are not charged, but they do not route. They may make this attempt once per turn. Prussian Lambert cavalry. They're light cavalry, not heavy cavalry, regardless of their printed movement potential. You will not receive a shock bonus for charging 3 X's in a straight line. Well,
Yeah. So
So
I
they
mean, they still
still
have to
have
make a
to.
morale check to reaction charge. So that's going to be the same anyway. But I don't think their morales are anything that's too hot. But yeah, you could do some charges over there and potentially. Did you just flip them over?
Yeah, they got. I was seeing if they had a lance bonus. They do.
Yeah, they do. They're lancers. They got the little lance flag on them.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, you could charge. You've got some dragoons you could charge with. They're going to get a benefit um, from being heavy cavalry. So if he does react, um, you're going to be at least doubled against the lancers. Um, and if he doesn't, then you're kind of coming in on the guy's rear, and those are two nice fusilier units.
And he can't even form square if
No,
because
he
he
wouldn't be
can't.
able to. So he'd have to try to stand, um, and being hit in the back. All
All right.
right.
So I could do the two dragoon units there into his cavalry, and then bring one of my lights in behind him.
Yep.
And then all right. And then I could bring a unit up into it over the bridge, and does everybody enter the melee then?
Uh, the only one who's going to be in the melee would be the cavalry, right?
Okay, so the infantry can't.
Yeah, yeah. But I mean, there's the possibility that um, he might break and rout away, in which case
Right.
then you'd have the possibility of attacking some other units and kind of clearing some other stuff out. So yeah, I'd give it a try. It never hurts.
All right. So let's see. Now, can I get the charge bonus? Let's see if I do. Um, or would that? So if he
I don't.
counter
I mean,
charges,
it. Yes, you could potentially 1, 2, 3, 1, 2. Right? You could kind of go. Well, I don't know if you could charge a bonus or not, but you're going to be doubled, or you'll be improved hitting him in the flank or in the rear anyway. So yeah, just go ahead and I mean,
oh, I would charge the dragoons.
who's the light unit that you're going to charge with anyway?
Um, well, the one over to the right of the guns there, the 914, and he can't do it
He
because
can't because he's got the woods right in front of him.
Yeah.
So
Um,
your best bet would be to have the dragoons go separately. Hope that one of his cavalry fails its reaction charge, and then you have a chance of hitting it.
and I might be able to get one of the other lights. Let's see. To be worth it. 7. That'd be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and it's plus what to go over the creek?
Let's see here. Gotta look up where I have
Plus
our charts
3.
here. Cavalry going over the stream is +3.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. I could just make it. with the one that's behind it. Or the that's never mind. I can't. That's dragoons.
Yeah.
Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 8. Yeah. All right. Let's see. That next light cavalry over.
That's going to be that, looks like your Lancers.
Yeah.
Yeah, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. They just barely get there.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah, it's worth a try.
All
right.
right. So,
Well, you know what to do.
yep.
Here, let's go back to the lobby.
Okie-doke.
All right, gentlemen.
All right, let's see what you got.
Well, I'm going to go easy on you today, Albert. I'm going to let David have all the fun.
Oh, David's ready to go, is he?
David finally has some charges he wants to do. So
Oh.
I'm going to let him get all the glory.
All right, let's watch.
Where's the charge marker?
Did you say charge marker? That's not very aggressive.
Markers. Charge. There we go.
Only one?
He's got 3.
Oh, 3. Okay.
Okay, but I can't remember the rules for reaction charges or any of that, so hold on.
So
Well,
it's if you have light cavalry, they have a reaction zone that goes out 4 hexes. If you have
It's here for Prussians 14. Wait.
So for heavy cavalry, it's 3 hexes, and they have to have a line of sight to the target. For light cavalry, it's 4 hexes, and they have to have a line of sight to the target.
All right. So let's see what I got in here. So the first one is going to be the 10, 11, the 9th, 5th Dragoons. All right. So going 1.
Oh wait, hold on. What are you doing? I was reading the rules, so.
So
Okay.
he's doing some charges.
Start over again.
He is.
I'm moving the 10th Dragoons, and they move forward 1 square right now.
Yeah. So they're east of Ligny.
Those guys. Okay. Okay.
And I'm in. Okay.
Which one is it? Both of them or
No,
one
this
of them?
is just that 10, 11, the 5th Dragoons.
Okay.
So it's an 8-13 that you have the charge on.
No, he's over here. He's got charge markers
Where?
on these 2 dragoons that are over here
Where?
by Ligny.
Over
Yeah.
here.
So he's moving the top unit, which is the 5th Dragoon. Well, it's the 9th Regiment of the 5th Dragoons.
Okay, I see. Okay.
All right, so that's 1 square. Now I'm in. Yours are considered light, no matter what they're because they're landwehr. So
Right. So you could roll to try to reaction charge since these 2 guys are light cavalry, and they are 1, 2, 3, 4. You'd have a line of sight on his dragoon.
Okay. But we still have to move to close, right?
Well, you have to roll to see if you reaction charge. If you fail your roll, then they just stand there and watch the French go charging by.
Right.
Yeah.
But what I'm saying is, we still, if they pass, then we move one.
Yep. Then you
you
guys would move
one.
forward, and he would move, and you have this sort of back and forth
Right.
movement kind of thing until stuff happens.
Okay.
Right. So I'm moving forward across the
No,
creek.
hold on. Don't
Okay.
move yet. So it's. Let's see what these guys are. I can't even see this. Hold on.
Let's see. He's a 31. Is his morale?
I know. Yeah.
And that chap's a
Oh,
33.
they're even better. Yeah, that's what. Okay.
50-50 chance.
Yeah, basically. Okay. So, and you're only moving one of them forward?
That's my first charge.
And then what other charges do you have?
I have three. Both those units are charging. They're charging individually, and then I have light cavalry charging over on the right.
Oh, I see it now. Okay. All right. Well, then we'll try to. Yeah, we'll try to counter our reaction charge with these guys here. So
Which guys?
they have a 31. So I have to roll 31 or better.
Correct.
Yeah. And you better.
Yeah, Blucher
that
is
was-
telling you.
That was God speaking. Okay.
Yes, indeed.
All right, here we go.
Because
Oh,
Okay.
they are happy.
So they passed. So
All right,
they're
that's
going to
good.
move one hex forward, I guess. And
now, can he go into 2 hexes in
Yeah,
the
that's
first
what I'm
hex?
going to do is go to 2 hexes.
Yeah, block
no,
that thing up.
in a reaction charge, you can't. In a
Oh, you
reaction
can't.
Where does
charge,
it say that?
well, if you
Well,
give me a
close
second.
up this. Close up the maneuver room there so he can't get around you.
Do.
That's what I wanted to do. You should be able to. There's nothing that says you can't change.
Well, I know that if it was a charge, like you initiated the charge, then yeah, you could change formation or you could
First
expand.
hex.
They pay all movement and facing costs of facing charges, so they can
Yeah.
make facing charge changes.
They can make facing changes, yes, but you're expanding.
Oh, I think that's a weak argument, so they can do it. I don't see anything that says you can't, because that's a facing change.
The only thing I would think of that maybe you couldn't is because they're landwehr, but
Well, they pass, so
yeah, they pass.
doesn't say anything about. Otherwise, I'll just use the other one, and I passed it, so I could use the other one that's already in too. I mean, whichever way.
I mean, there's nothing here that says you can, and there's nothing here that says you can't, from what I'm looking at here with the Premier rules. I know that your zone is fixed by your action zone.
As they move forward, I don't see why it wouldn't be logical that you could move out and spread out your units as you're moving forward. That's a whole hex worth of space that you're moving through.
Yeah, no, I mean, I'm not saying that there's anything that you couldn't. I'm just saying that we've never done that before, so
And it
Since
just
there's
says he
nothing
can move.
here, yes,
It just says he moves one hex forward for
right,
one of
but
its front hexes.
yeah,
That's good. Okay. There's a question to send to the guy.
well, I don't know. It's one of these things that, um, I to be honest with you,
Well, what's the distance with the hex? And in that one hex, is it physically possible for a cavalry unit to spread out to 2 hexes?
yeah, because you need to have at least I think four per hex in order to be in 2 hexes, and so you've got 11. So you couldn't go into 3 hexes, but you could be in 2 hexes where you basically have, you know, 5.5 in each hex.
And you get your lance bonus increased.
Oh, well, I'll leave it to you guys. I'm not a rules lawyer. I believe rules are living and breathing and should be changed at every moment. So
And I don't know. They certainly have the rules uh, in other situations. So in other rule sets, they definitely can do it.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I haven't played 5th edition since Tempe, so I don't know what's going on with that. I mean, it's fine with me. I don't care one way or the other. So if you want to do that, then that's fine. I don't see anything here prohibiting it. The only issue you would have is, whatever paying whatever the, um, well, I mean, can you spread out? That is actually a good question. You might not be able to even spread out in a regular charge, can you? I know you can change formation, but you're not really changing formation. You're extending.
Not sure that the premier even has extended line, does it? Oh, they have extended line, so
Right.
uh,
Yeah, I know in 5th edition you can either expand or contract your line during the charge. Um, Here, they don't have a rule about you extending or expanding or changing from 1 hex to 2 hexes while you're charging, even in a regular charge phase. So it looks like whatever formation hex, however many hexes you occupy at the start, is what you would stay as. Because I don't see anything here about you being able to change and extend the line, during the charge, even a regular charge. You could change from column to, may change their formation at the beginning, but the formation costs twice the normal. So 3 normal is double to 6. And it says at no other point during the charge is the unit permitted to change its formation. This may only occur in the first hex of the unit's charge movement. So I guess, I mean, we could say that you are changing formation if you're going from 1 hex line to a 2 hex line.
well, it's not changing formation. It's still in line.
I know, but there's
Formation change.
right, but there's nothing that allows you to extend your line while you're charging.
Well, there's nothing not allowing it, so
Yeah, it does say, at least in your reaction charge, that one of your front hexes. Doesn't say both of your front hexes.
Oh, that's true. So you could advance into one hex, but not. So I think this might be what David's getting at, Robert. So this chap was in line here, right? And he advances through one of his front hexes. So he either advances through that front hex or that front hex, but not both.
but it doesn't say you can't expand your formation. So
That would be going into both.
Yeah, that would be
No.
expanding through both front hexes.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah,
That's true.
yeah.
I think you got a point there.
It's all right. You got
Not one
plenty of
that I
cavalry.
accept.
So they passed. So pick which hex you're going to advance them into.
Well, hold on. I'm still not convinced with this. We need to spend another hour looking at this question.
Oh my
So-
gosh.
Only says.
Yeah, I don't see any definitive thing about it. That's odd that
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah,
I know
why
that
can't I
in
just-
5th edition.
Why can't
you
I
can
just
expand.
move forward one and then change formation? It doesn't say anything. It doesn't even say anything about how many increments I can use or what my movement is or anything.
Well, your
So
charge
it's a-
range is four, and that's all you can go.
That's my reaction.
That's
zone
your
is 4,
reaction zone is for. Correct.
but I still have
You can't
12
go out of
movement
it.
points, right?
You can't go outside of that.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
I
you
still have
can't-
12 movement points.
but you
I don't have 4 movement points. I have 12 movement points.
Correct.
So that means that I can use those movement points to change formation.
You
I don't
could.
see-
And
yeah,
my
I don't-
line.
I think I don't think that David has freedom of movement. I think you got to alternate hexes you go to meet each other. I don't
Right,
think
but
he
it
can.
would. But it depends on what the cost is too. So if he's spreading out into 2 hexes, it's going to cost him.
One.
No, it's a formation change, right?
Uh,
And it's going to be then
extended-
doubled. So it's going to cost him like 8 points to do that.
He's still
So-
got plenty of points.
That's fine, but so while he's spending 8 points to do that, then David can spend 8 movement points moving his guy, and then you finally move forward, right? So
No.
it's being spent. If we're looking at how much time is being spent, so the movement points are a description of how much you can accomplish in a period of time, right? So if it's costing you extra, it's costing you twice as much to change formation or to turn or whatever. That's then eating up your movement points because you're doing this. So from the point of view of the time factor, you could do that, but David is going to be able to do stuff while you're in the process of extending your line. You're basically spending.
Well, he's
7
having to
movement
also
points to do that.
cross. He's
Yep.
also having to cross a river.
Yep. So he's going across the stream. That cost him 4 points, right? And you're still sorting yourself out, and then he can move some more while you're still sorting yourself out
How am I sorting myself out?
because you're spending 7 points to move forward one
where's-
hex and stretch out.
Where is 7 points for that? Where's that?
Because it costs twice the usual. So a formation change costs 3 movement points for cavalry normally. During a charge, it costs twice that much. So for you, it's going to cost you 1 to go forward and 6 points to spread out into 2 hexes.
No, but it's what my total movement is, not what each is countered. So
No, and so you still have. So then, if you
This,
want to
this,
turn, you can turn, but that costs points too, right? Because now you're wheeling 2 hexes of line, right, or whatever the case might be. So the
well,
I
I'm just going forward. So,
right.
but
So
what I'm saying is that like in regular combat, you're with the charge. If somebody spends 3 movement points changing formation in their charge, that doesn't give somebody else 3 movement points to do anything. So you
no, no,
don't
no, no,
give
no.
movement
This is a
points to
reaction
anything.
charge, Robert. So if you do nothing, if all you do is move forward and engage his horseman, it's fine. But because you're doing this formation change, and it says you can do a formation change, but it's
I'm
going to
not
cost you
sure this is
twice
a
as
form.
much.
I'm not sure it's a formation change. It's just a
No, it isn't.
extension.
Yeah, it's
He's
not a
he's in
formation.
line formation. He's not. He's still in line formation.
I'm just moving into 2 hexes, so I don't think it's.
Talk to Himsville.
All right. Well, let's do this. Let's just forget about cavalry charges for this turn. You talk to
Why
the
don't you
designers and ask them.
just move your guy forward? You'll still accomplish the same thing without having to go into 2 hexes.
Well, I want my cavalry to block both charges with just 1 unit. So that's the whole purpose. So you can do that, and I'll be fine. I'll just sit there and with 1 cavalry and block 2 charges.
Right, and that's why it's costing you. You just don't instantly spread out into the line, Robert. That's what I'm
No, it
saying with
isn't.
this reaction
I'm
charge.
moving forward. I'm moving forward. That's
Yep,
fine.
yep.
There's no unit cost or anything. It doesn't say that.
Yeah, I
So
don't see there's a formation change
I
cost.
could do this.
I
I'll
think
go
there's a.
here. You go across. I'll go here, and then you come across, and then that's it. Then you can decide what you want to do after that. But if you want to come across with the other infantry cavalry, you have to stop on the other side of the river and engage this 1 cavalry with 2 of them. That's what I think is fair.
Right, and so what I'm saying is that because you have to extend your line, you're not in 2 hexes, you're in 1 hex. If you were going to be doing that during a movement phase, you'd have to pay some sort of cost for that. You just don't
One,
automatically do it magically, brilliantly.
you,
So in
that
the
would
charge
be.
phase, it costs twice as much.
No, I don't think that's right. I think it's in a movement phase to extend. It would only cost the movement cost of going into that hex.
Right. So how much is that
That's one.
to go into the
Cavalry.
hex directly in front of you, but then you're extending out into another hex
True.
next to you?
I know, but there's
Well,
nothing in the rules that say how much that costs or anything. It's ridiculous. There's no
yeah,
rule for that.
I'm looking for it. It doesn't say how much it
So
costs to
so I think
extend.
what I'm doing is completely fair. These guys are heroically sacrificing themselves against these 2 units, and you're
It's
trying to
not a,
prevent it.
and it's not. I see where cavalry changing formation costs 3 additional movement points, but I don't see any. This is not a formation change.
So what is it?
It's a move from it's an
They're
extended a
just
line to extended
moving
move.
out as they move into the
Mm,
next hex. They are expanding outwards.
Like
There's nothing.
it would cost to have guys move into that hex, which is one.
If you're a Trillior and you're going into 2 hexes, that doesn't cost anything when you make that formation change.
Yes, it does. If
It
you're
doesn't.
going, yes, it does. You're going from either line or column, and you're spending a
Right, you're
formation
spending the
change
1 point
to
for yeah, but you're not extending it's not costing you anything past that.
but it's factored into what the formation change cost is. So if cavalry is in whatever, a single hex, and it goes into skirmish, it has to be presented in 2 hexes. The cost of
Yes,
that
but this
going
one,
into it,
when you're going into truly your order and you're going to 2, you're paying points for that. I'm already in the order that I'm
yes,
using.
and you're in the order in a single hex, and that's
It
where
doesn't
the
matter
issue
that it's
is.
a single hex.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah, I
It
don't
says you
think
It
can only
does.
move into one
you,
X in front of you.
I don't think you're. I don't
No.
think you guys are right. I think it's not a formation change.
Right. Then, if that's the case, then you can only move into 1 hex in front of you. You can't then spread out into 2 because the thing says you only advance into 1 hex in front of you, not 2 hexes in front of you. That's what it says in the reaction charge section, which is what David was referring to at the beginning. So,
Now, if the other one was the reaction charging, he could go either one. But again, each half is only going into 1 hex in front of it.
Well, you ought to. I don't see where it's prohibited at all, and if it's just a part of movement, which is 1 hex.
Way down there.
Yeah, but it doesn't say you move into the hex in front of you. It doesn't say what happens after that. It doesn't say that you can't expand out into another hex or anything.
right, but we're saying that if you by doing that you are changing your formation.
But
Right.
you're not.
Yeah, you're not.
Not.
You're still in line.
I know, but you are changing the formation of your line. You're in a 1 hex line, right? And now you're saying you're in a 2 hex line, and you're telling me that you're not changing anything? Go
There's
into a
only-
2 hex line.
Everything is a column and line in general order. So those are only the 3 that there are. So
It doesn't have in here that cavalry in 2 hexes is a different formation than cavalry in 1 hex. It's silent on this whole thing. It's just a poorly. It's not even treated here. Line, a 2 or more hex linear formation designated by using a line extension marker and facing a hex vertex. There must be at least 4 increments in each line. Line may only be formed and move in clear terrain, but may pass through slope hexes.
So you can't extend. You have to stay with what you're at. You can't change formation as a reacting cavalry.
What page is that?
I'm looking at it on, this is page 41.
Page 41.
The light cavalry does not change. So when this happens, the light cavalry moves 2 hexes initially through its front hexes. The enemy formation now moves 1 hex, and the reacting cavalry moves 1 hex.
Did you say
there's
front
nothing.
hexes?
Yep, it says front hexes.
So then it can move. Can move into.
Right, but he's not going to spread out. So what we're talking about is, hey, if you're already in 2 hexes, right? If you're already in a 2 hex line, then you're moving into your front hexes. This guy's in 1 hex, he moves into his front hex. He doesn't, there's nothing here that allows the reacting cavalry to change formation or to change anything at all.
I don't see that anywhere here. I don't see the rule where you can't expand. I don't see a rule there.
There's no rule where he can expand.
Yeah, that's the trouble.
Yeah,
it's just silent on this whole thing.
No, it says 1 hex.
Now, if it's silent on the whole process, then I would say you do it. But if it's not silent, I mean, if it prohibited it, then that's fine. But it doesn't prohibit it.
Right, but it doesn't allow it either. And what it's getting at is,
it says
you're moving
light cavalry
forward.
moves 2 hexes initially through one of its front hexes. I move through one of its hexes, and then the second hex I move, I can do anything I want. It doesn't say anything. I can't do anything. So I think that's I think we need to get clarification on that.
Yeah, I think we spent far too much time
Time on
on it.
this, yes. This
Yeah.
is
And
uh,
there's nothing here that allows you to make any changes. The reacting cavalry cannot change. There's nothing allowing them to change. It's is very clear that the charging cavalry, the person initiating the charge, can change their formation, but there's nothing here that allows or stipulates that the reacting cavalry can make any change.
There's nowhere in here that says extended line is a different formation than a single hex line. If they're both line, it doesn't say that's a different formation.
Right, and but it doesn't say that you can do any of that stuff unless it's during the movement phase. Right?
Yeah, so
Well, we need to get clarification. So we shouldn't have any charges until we get clarification.
Well, that's not going to happen anytime soon. So we need to just
you
come up
want
with a
to
decision.
you want to play that way, we're gonna play that way. All right. There's where so my first charge is coming in here. All right. Second charge.
All right, that solves that problem.
Third charge. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay. So wait. Before you do that, which one is charging?
The lancers that are over,
Where?
that were over here.
Oh, these guys.
Yep.
They have 14. 8, 13. All right. Well, before they go across the river, I'll try to get these other guys to go across to countercharge. So I have to roll 33 or better.
Well, the question is, can they go any further?
Yes, they
Well, I
can.
don't know.
They're in the zone of control of the one guy already.
Oh, yeah, they are. They'd have to stop there, wouldn't they?
You have to stop there.
That's true.
Well, you rolled for it, so move him forward.
No. If they're, I didn't. Think
Yeah,
about it.
if you're gonna be
You rolled for it, you move him forward.
proof.
Okay?
No. I thought that they weren't. So I'll just leave it to where it is.
Robert,
What?
you rolled a 66. They passed their
Yes.
check. They move forward.
Okay, I'll
You
be
know?
nice.
Yeah, it'll relieve pressure on the 11-12 that you've already got in combat.
That's true.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll have to go here.
Right, and he's in 2 hexes.
Well, no, he can shrink down to 1 since
No.
the other one could go to 2. Yeah.
Okay.
I love it.
Hey, I gotta play the rules as much as possible. Alrighty,
All right.
that's it.
That's it. So
You might want
mark
to
everything.
talk to Jim about this and tell him that this is a big hole in the rules. But they got a lot of big holes.
All right.
Okay, now that Lancer is in column formation.
Yep. So
So he doesn't get to use his lance bonus, does he?
I don't know. We'd have to spend another hour reading the rules to figure it out.
Well, that's fine. That's fine. That's what the game is for, is reading rules and arguing about them.
I don't know if that's really what it's about. So, all right. That's it for cavalry charges.
Right. Yep. All right. So now we're into our movement phase.
Time movement phase, indeed.
Oh,
Did you have a question before we?
did before actually.
Sure.
We shouldn't bring it up. Were we supposed to roll for weather every turn?
Oh yeah, we
Top of
should
the
roll for the. Yes, I think we're supposed to roll every turn. So we should actually
Is it
roll for the
every
weather.
hour?
No, it's not every hour. It's every turn, I think.
I don't remember.
And we've forgotten to do it several times now.
When's our reinforcement corps coming in?
Let's see. They are coming in at the 5 o'clock turn, so they'll
this
come in
is-
next turn.
Next turn.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we roll for. We roll then for the first corps next turn as well. To see if they come in. All right. Wie ist das Wetter heute?
Beginning of the 3 p.m. turn and at the start of each turn thereafter. Yeah, every turn. Players shall alternately roll dice to determine weather. A roll of 11 through 14.
Means there's a thunderstorm somewhere on the map. Okay? And then we'll figure out if that happens. All right, Albert, why don't you go ahead and roll the dice?
Oh, you want me to roll single
It
die?
doesn't matter. Nope, two dice.
Okay. Right.
So there's no thunderstorm this turn.
Nope.
All right. So time to movement.
Indeed. So Albert, I'll meet you in
Data analysis
Game
shows
room
too
one?
many variables.
Okay.
Okay.
One. All right.
All right. Well, let's see. Where shall we get started first? It's 8 o'clock on the mark, so we'll be done here at 8:15 approximately. So let's go ahead and I'm going to have these guys move forward here.
Where are you
These
starting?
guys, I'm over here by Saint-Amand Chateau.
Okay.
So I'm moving some guys in to do an assault here at some point. And those guys will just keep up the pressure. These are going to move forward, I guess. And who else? Those guys will move there. And these guys will move there. 1, 2, 3, 4. And they can unlimber. And 1, 2, 3. And they will unlimber here. All right. Okay. All right, here we are back at this part of the world. All right, we're still up here at the St. Amans. All right, these guys are going to move here. That's going to be 1, 2, 3.
I don't see anywhere where.
I'm just moving some artillery up.
See where you are. Okay.
Yep.
There. Okay. I saw him move.
Yep. This guy's going to come up, and let me flip him over here. So he's going to, and I got to get him in the right facing. He's going to unlimber right here. So you can do a opportunity shot at him as he unlimbers. So
Wait a minute. He was wasn't he back here?
he was here. He's got a movement
Okay.
point of, he's got 8 movement points. I mean, he's got 10
Yeah.
movement points. He's horse guns.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. So, okay. So I've got 3 times 5 or 4 or 3 times 3, I guess. Jaegers.
9.
And another. These guys are times
Whatever
2.
they're printed. Well, they're in columns, so whatever their printed value is.
Okay.
So it's probably something meager.
6.
Okay, so you've got 15.
15 to 6.
Yep, 15 to 6, 2.5 to 1.
2.5 to 1.
22.
Okay.
That's a miss. All right. All right, let's bring Gerard up. And oh, where's he going to go? That's the question. Not much there. There we go. Okay, got those guys up. And what's here? Some more people. They can't do much right now. We're going to turn our facing for these guns. There we go.
What's the rule on cultivated in LOS. It doesn't stop anything?
It does block line of sight.
Oh, well then, okay. All right.
Okay. All right, then these guys will go into line. They will move in here. Join the stack. All right. And then these guys can come over here. And we got some more stuff to maneuver about. Let's see, these guys will move up 1, 2. These guys will unlimber there too. Good. All right, move these guys up. All right, these guys are moving here. Do you want to opportunity charge him?
No.
Okay. All right. This guy's going to go up here. He will unlimber there. And this guy will just stay there for the moment. All right, I think that's pretty much it.
Okay.
I will just adjust
All right.
a few of the facings here and
All right. So, okay. So defensive fire. Okay. I will fire east. Now, even though
where do you want to
skirmish,
start?
I'll start up at around Wagonly.
Okay.
Even though the Fusiliers have a 2 hex range, they can only fire at the hex adjacent to them. Isn't that
In
correct?
defensive fire, you can only fire at adjacent hexes. Correct.
Yeah. Even though essentially, okay. So I'll fire the Fusiliers here with believe I got 3. 3 times 9. That'll be on the top unit, the 22nd versus the 22nd. So it's a 9 to 9. It's 1 to 1.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. Okay. The Fusiliers in the village will fire at the other hex there. And that's going to be a, they've got
Be
4 times 3.
So 12 to 9, 1 to 1.
12 to 9. That's a hit.
That is. And this was on the unit that's here, right? That's in the clear, correct? Okay. All right, let me make a morale check for them. They're happy.
Okay. Now let's see, the guys the Fusiliers uh, in the building there.
Mm-hmm.
And I can't tell what that's. Oh, yeah, that's a building. So they fire at 3 times there. So it's their increments.
Right, so they can use 6 increments to fire.
6 increments to fire. So that would be a total of
18,
6. Yeah,
and then you divide by
to
3. So it's going to be 6 to, what am I got here?
six,
I'm in line in the thing, so
6 to 9.
yep.
Okay.
No.
Nope. Okay. Now, the next guys would be let's see, defensive fire on the defensive position of the artillery alone is, what's their defensive value?
Their defensive value is going to be 10.
10. Okay, 10 versus 11 of the other guys, right?
Who are you shooting at? These guys here?
The,
These guys here?
These guys will be firing.
Right.
They can fire, I believe, on these guys and these guys.
Correct.
Okay.
So you've
So
got
once
3
again,
increments. You've got 3
Once
increments.
again, we got 3 increments.
So it's going to
So
be
we just
3
got
to 10, or it's going to be, I think I'm more.
This is a long
there.
shot.
Yeah, it's
2
3 to
long
11.
shots.
Yeah.
Nope. And here's the other one.
Nope.
Okay. All right. Let's see. Now we move down to the other side of the fires. Okay, we still got that 2.5 to 1 on the artillery.
Well, it's not 2.5 to 1 because I'm stacked there with infantry, so it's I've got a defense of 7. So I think you had 15 to 7, so it's just
7.
a 2 to 1, not a 2.5 to 1 anymore.
2 to 1. Okay. Okay, that's a hit.
It's a hit on the infantry. All right.
Okay. That was with let's see, that was with the Jaegers.
That was with all of these 3.
All the Jaegers.
Yeah.
All 3 of them.
Yep.
Not all 3 units. Okay. All right. Now we go down to. Okay, I see you can move those guys across. Okay, so that'd be probably 6, 5.
Yeah, so it's 5 to 14.
5 to 14.
1 to
Okay,
3.
another one of those. 45. That's not a hit. Okay, and then I've got 3 times 3, and I'll fire on the 4, the unit with 4.
Okay, so I got a defense of 11. So
Okay.
it's
a 1 to 1.5. Nope. And then I've got in this hex, I can fire 4, so that would be out of the musketeers, I guess.
Yeah.
Plus
So they're going to
half
be times 2.
Plus half the other guys,
Okay.
the Fusiliers. So there's 3.5 of those times 3.
Well, no, not 3.5 because he's in skirmish, right?
Yeah, he's in 2 hexes.
Right. So he can only have 3 fire out of each hex.
He's 7.
No, but he can only have 3 fire out of each
Oh
hex.
yeah,
when
okay,
you're in
you're right. 9 plus
9 plus
plus
8. You've
9
got
plus
17.
17, and you've got 11.
Mm-hmm.
But you have more than 9 in the hex.
Right. So it's a fire defense of 8.
6 of 8. Well, of 8. Okay.
Right.
So 17 to 8.
It's 2 to 1.
2 to 1. Another hit.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Okay. All right. Odd number. Okay. let's see. Now we've got this skirmisher. And I don't know how many they've got. Oh, they've
just
got
got
only
one.
one. Only got one. Okay, well, it's another completely 1 to 3 kind of a shot, I think. Times 3. 3 to 6. 3 to 6, 1 to 2.
Mm-hmm.
Nope. And now on the got Fusiliers, got 4 times. So we got 12 to 9.
Where are you at?
Down here with the old guard.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
And let's see, I might as well fire on the guys that have already lost some. Because they're going to be 9. I've got 9. Well, that would make those guys in the woods, though, are, let's see, they've got 3 plus 4, 7. So those are 11 fire defense, I think, right?
Correct.
So I'll fire on the guys that are only 9, so it's
Okay.
a 1 to 1. Okay. Nope, didn't get that. Okay. So I think that's all I
You
can
got your
do.
guys in the
Oh, I got my
shadows.
guys in the deal. That's
Yeah.
right. So let's combine their effects here on these guys. So I've got 2.
Right.
Wait a minute. It's
So
not quite 2. It's going to be less than that. When somebody is moving that, let's see.
I'm not touching it.
It moved. I don't know. Okay, so I've got 5 plus 2, so 7. 14 divided by 3 is 5, I guess. 5 to 7. Okay, so it's a 1 to 2, I think, or maybe a 1. Let's see what it is.
Good.
Okay, it's a hit.
Yep. So that's on this one here, right?
Yeah, in the middle.
Okay. All right. I'll make a morale check for them. Well, they're happy.
Now, are they really good or what?
They should be. They've morale
They're
of
at 20.
16.
They're at 26.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. All right. And then I can fire. Let's see, that was on the middle guy, so I can fire on this hex with a 1 to 3
Mm-hmm.
here.
Yep.
And I can also fire on. I don't think anybody's in that hex. Oh, wait a minute. I can fire on. Nope. Oh, I can fire on these guys across the river.
Sure.
Okay. 35. Okay. Oh, that's the same. Wait a minute. That's not
five.
It'd have to be a 1 to
5
1.
to 9.
Yeah, it has to be.
So
Yeah,
yes,
5 to
less
9.
than-
Well, I've got the actually I could fire both of them.
That's
See, I
we
could-
were counting you firing both of them, right?
So it's,
Because
it's 5 to 9. Okay, you're right. You're right. Okay. All right, that's it, I think.
okay,
on
I'll
over
do
here.
my shooting, and I'll start up here by Wagon Lee. Those guns that I unlimbered a little further north. So these chaps will take a shot on you here. So that's going to be a 1 to 1 shot, 6 to 6, and that's a hit on your. I guess it looks like your Lancers or Landwehr
Where?
Lancers, right up here.
Is
These
that
guys.
okay? Okay.
And make a morale check
Okay.
for them. And they're happy.
Okay.
All right. And then these guys will take a pot shot over here at them. That's going to be 8 to 6. So that's a 1 to 1, and it's a +2 for the size. And that's a miss.
Okay.
All right. Moving along to our infantry. We got these guys can fire here, and then these guys can fire there. So what's on this side? I got altogether 7. So I got 3.5 times 3. That's going to be 10. 10 to 14. And that's a miss. And then these guys will fire here. So that's going to be another 10. And then I've got another 12. So I've got 22. 22 to your 11. So that's a. Oh, actually, you're a bigger size thing there, aren't you?
I'm 7. I don't think.
22 to 8. So it's a 2.5.
Well, I'm in line,
I
so
know, but
it's
you
11, isn't it?
no. If you got 7 or more increments, it's only a fire defense of 6.
Okay. I
And
thought
you,
it was
you get a
more
plus
than.
2.
I thought it was more than 7.
Yeah, you get a plus 2 for being in
You
there.
sure
So it's a fire defense of 8. Am I sure?
You sure it's not more than 7?
I'm not sure of anything anymore.
I thought it's more than 7, not 7.
Let's see.
But-
So page 12, infantry line formations of 7 or more increments in X
Okay.
have a
All
fire
right.
defense of 6.
Okay.
So give me a second. Let me shoot another one off, and then he'll have a really good fire defense. So I've got 2.5 to 1, and that's going to be a hit. So now he's got a fire defense of 11, but he's got to make a morale check.
Okay. 35. Let's
I'm
see.
sure he's good. Your
He's
Fusiliers are in their low 20s, I think. Oh, yeah, he's
He
really good.
has 16.
16. All right.
Okay.
Then here I've got this and this, and they can fire, and I can throw these guys in for what it's worth. So,
You can fire the artillery.
yeah, I'm in a village hex. I have no flanks. So this is all front.
Okay.
So,
And that's a special structure.
yep. So I'm going to have
You fire it intermediate.
24 and
Or-
plus another 20. So I've got 44 to 20. So it's a 2 to 1 shot. 51 at 2 to 1 is a single hit. All right, then we move down here, and these chaps will take a shot here at those boys. So I've got 14 plus 12, 26, 26 to 6. That's going to be 4 to 1 shifted to 5 to 1 for canister. And it's a 14 at 5 to 1. It's a single hit. All right, then I've got part of these guys can fire there. So I think I've got, 4 increments. So I got 2 increments. So it's going to be 8 to 16, 1 to 2, and that's a miss. Then I got these guys here. They're going to take a shot there, and so that's going to be 16 to 8, 2 to 1. And a 25 at 2 to 1 is a miss. All right, and I've got these guys and these guys. That's going to be 24 to 11. That's 2 to 1. And that is a hit.
2 to 1, okay.
So there's not much left of those poor beggars. All right, then moving right along. We've got these guys here and these chaps here. They'll take a shot at those boys. So it's going to be 12, and then just whatever this is, 8. So it's going to be 20. And you've got 4,
11.
5, 20 to 11. So 1.5 to 1, and that's a miss. All right, and then down here, these guys can take a shot at you there. Just going to be 12 to 16, and a 56. That might be a hit. Yeah, that's a single hit, and I think that dispatches that little guy. There's only 1 increment of him left.
Okay. All right. All right. Let's see. Okay.
I think we were keeping them over on the on
Yeah, he's
the
over here.
display, the morale modifier. Yeah, there we go.
Yeah.
All right, now moving down the line. Let's see what else we've got. Well, let's do these shots here against the chateau. So this has got 2, and what's my multiplier for those guys? They're times 4, so that's going to be 8. And those guys are going to be 12, that's 20. And then the old guard's another 20, so that's going to be, so these 3 shooting it there, it's a 2-to-1 shot. 62 at 2-to-1 is a single hit. And they need to make a morale check.
Ooh.
So they got a +6 for being in the building, so that becomes a 26, so they pass.
Yeah, they passed.
Yeah. All right, then down here, these guys are worth 5, and then I've got how many increments? I've got 4, so that's going to be another 8, and then these guys add in another 12. So 5, 8. That's going to be a 1.5-to-1 on those guys. 46. That's going to be a hit. All right, and then we've got these guys firing here. So that's going to be 20 plus another 20. That's going to be 40. 40 to 11. So that is going to be 3-to-1 odds. A 12. That's a miss. It's pretty sad. All right. And then we've got our guns. So let's see what they will do. So we got 1, 2. Let's see what the range is. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And they can reach it. So we'll have these guys and these guys combine their fire on, what should we do? Blow up your cavalry. It's going to be 20. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah. 30. Yeah, we'll fire here. So we've got 30 to 6. We've got 5-to-1 with a +6. So that's going to be a 42 at 5-to-1. That's 2 hits on your.
Where is this?
That's these guns firing on that.
On that group. 2 hits. Okay, let's see who's there.
It's
there.
some Landwehr cavalry.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Increments. Okay.
And go ahead and make a morale check. That's
I did.
more than enough. All right, and then we've got some other people we can fire. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. All right. All right, let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so we will have these guys and these guys fire there. So that's going to be 30 to 8. So that's going to be 3 to 1 odds with a +5 for Saint Maurice. Ooh, and that was about as bad a roll as you could make. Glad I wasn't in a building. It would have caught fire. All right, I've got some assaults now. So we're going to do one here on your guys that are in that little building. I've got 5 increments that can attack, and you've only got 1 increment left to defend. So it's going to be on the 5 to 1. You don't have to make a morale check since you're in general order, but I will have a +12, so it's automatic. I've got a leader there too. 22, they pass. So now we just do our numbers. All right, so those guys are worth 5 points, and so about, say, 7, so that's going to be 12 with a +2. So I got 12. How much do you have?
6. I got 2.
2. Okay, so it's 5 to 1.
2.
And I've got a +2 for my leader. So 5 to 1 with +2. 14 becomes a 16, so that's going to be a DD. You only got the 1 increment left, so they go poof.
Okay.
All right, then I'm going to have these guys and these guys assault those guys. So I've got 8 increments, and you've got 6. So we are on the 1-to-1 odds chart. So for you, there's no pluses or minuses. For me, there's a -3. So
All right.
Make your morale check. 15.
Ooh. I don't think he's going to make us survive that.
I don't
21.
know. What's
Nope.
your leader worth? What's Zythan worth?
Oh, yeah, the leader. The leader might help. See what he is. Flip. Oh,
He's worth 4.
yeah, he gets me there.
Yeah, so they're going to pass. All right, so let me just double check my guys. I think these guys are, yeah, they don't have a morale, so they don't care. And what about these guys? Do they have a morale? Yeah, they do. Okay, but I got a +6 for Morand. So I'll roll for this stack. And they pass. Okay, so now we just do our numbers. All right, so that's going to be 35.
20 and 8. 5 8s, no, 6 8s. Okay, that's 3. 75% of 75% of, hold on, of 20 would be 15.
Okay. All right, and I've got
6 8s.
35 plus another 13. That's going to be 48. And what did you say you had again?
15.
48 to 15. That is 3 to 1 odds. So Morand is going to add in 4 for me. What does your Zythan do for you?
4.
He's a 4 also? Okay.
Mhm.
So it's just a straight up 3 to 1. No pluses, no minuses. 26 at 3 to 1. I lose 2 and make a morale check, and you lose 3.
Okay. All right, I'll make a morale check. Oh, I don't make a morale check, do I?
Nope, you just lose 3 increments. So, all right, and then this guy has no morale, so he doesn't have to make a morale check, and this guy's got a +6, so there's no way he can fail. So, well, actually, they could. Let me roll.
Yeah.
No,
Oh, they're
pass.
below half.
Yeah, because they're below half. Yeah. Okay. All right, so that's that one. Okay, now we've got a potential one over here. So I've got 7 plus another 4. That's going to be 11. And you've got 4. Oh, I don't know what you've got here. But it's probably either I've got a 2-to-1 or a 1-to-1. How many increments do you have in that hex?
Let's see. A 1. It's 4, 5, and then let's see what this is.
You probably only got 6.
Oh, that's quite a bit. Okay,
Oh,
so
the
I got.
Fusiliers. Oh, why are the Fusiliers
So,
upside down?
huh?
Oh,
I don't know. I don't know. He was in skirmish. I guess
okay.
he's.
Yeah, so I'm not going to. Yeah, they shouldn't have been in skirmish. You couldn't have them in skirmish and in.
Yeah, that's
and
right. I
at
got
the
to
same
get
time.
the other.
So
gotta get
no,
the
I'm not
regular-
going to do an assault if that's the case. Let's see here. Could have these guys go. So that's going to be 4 and 4. That's going to be 8. 8 to 2. That's going to be 4-to-1.
Something about that bridge, though, right?
What about the bridge?
Well, you're coming across the stream. I would think that's gonna cost you something.
It costs movement, but it's not a special stream like the one that's there by Ligny. So, I mean, the bridge allows me to move across it.
I don't know. There's no terrain.
Yeah, I don't see anything.
There's nothing. I can't believe it.
Well, it's just a stream. It's not anything.
Yeah, but it's still. I mean, it's well, this is another bullshit. I'm really. Okay, all right, nothing. I mean, yeah, just another nonsensical thing. Really disappointing how they don't follow common sense in this system. Okay.
Yeah, I'm just checking here to see if there's anything about the stream that's bridges and streams.
Let's see.
So it says here that, so this is where like the stream through Ligny is the issue, right? So this is on page 5 of the Ligny special rules, right? As with special structures, up to 4 increments may count for an assault across a bridge hexside unless the stream it spans is also fordable, which is what is the case there in that hex. The streams there are fordable.
All right.
In which case, the number of increments is only limited by the type of hex the unit attacks to and from. the stretch of Ligny Creek within Ligny Village itself are only such restrictive hexes. So those particular stream hexads aren't anything that's terribly
Okay.
problematic.
All right.
So you would just make your morale check. You'll have a -6 for being half dead, and then you will have a minus something for the odds.
Okay.
A -9 for the odds.
41.
So that's going to be a 21. It's going to be a 15.
That'd be a 33, 43. How much is it going to be? How many shifts?
So if it's a -6 for being half dead, that your 41 now becomes a 31, and the odds are 4-1, so that's a -9. So that's going to take it down to below 21. So they just disordered.
I disordered. So, okay.
So moving back 3, I guess.
Okay. Hey, I got to roll for this land bear.
Okay.
And they get disorder. So where are they going to go? I could have, wait a minute, it doesn't matter. I still would have to take, okay, I'll take the land bear back the other way. Okay.
All right, and then this guy needs to check then.
And he's probably going to go.
Oh, 22, yeah.
Sure. Okay, all right.
All right, so I advanced. I can advance both of these guys into that hex. So that's what I will do. All right, moving right along. You've got what? Just 2 left. All right, I will try to assault this hex here. It's 2-1, so there's no pluses for me. And you don't have to make a round check since it's a special hex. So I just roll with a +4. See if the top unit passes. Oh, it might not. Let's see what they are worth. They are 16. So with a +4, 12 becomes 16 in the premier rules. That is not enough. They are going to disorder. All right. So they move back 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. And let's mark them as disordered. All right, and then this guy's going to make his morale check. He's got a -6 for being.
Is that for the whole?
No,
it's not for the whole staff.
No, the top unit failed, and the bottom unit now has to make a morale check. And so if the top one had passed, they both would have passed. But since the top one failed, now the bottom one checks to see if it sticks around. Here we go. It passes. So it's going to be... I have 2 increments and you've got 2 increments. And so it's going to be a pretty bloody battle, I would imagine. So I've got 5.
Oh, let's see what I got. I've got 1/4 of 19,
So that's going to
which
be,
is 5.
that's a little less than 5, but same difference. So it's 1-1.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So it's a 1-1 with a +4 for Gerard. Let's see what we get here. 45 +4. 1, 2, 3, 4. That becomes a 53. I lose 2 and you lose 1.
Okay.
So those guys are gone. Gerard will move to the adjacent hex, and we will try to assault you another day. Let's see here. All right, and that's the, not sure which corps they're with. First corps, I think. Okay. That was my excitement. I don't think I've got anything else that is in a position to assault.
All right.
So we can now move to rally. I've just got one chap that's disordered. This fella over here. So we'll roll for him. He's going to recover. And he's going to be in column formation. We can take this active movement marker off of that guy. And I don't think we had anybody else who was in any unhappy position at the moment. Oh, this cavalry is going to have its tired marker removed. Okay.
Okay.
That is that for me. Let's go see how the other gentlemen are doing.
All right. What's going on?
Well,
almost.
I had the spontaneous vaporization of Landwehr, so Ligny is very lightly defended by Prussian forces now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, so
Oh,
situation normal.
you still got the western or the the western side.
Yes,
Somewhat.
kind of.
Somewhat.
But yeah, no, I don't like the algorithm for the dice rolling because it was like I rolled all these high ones 60, 65, 66, 55, and then like it decides, well, you've rolled all those good ones, so then you get 11s and 12s for
Mm-hmm.
4 rolls. It doesn't make sense. I don't know how they figure out how to.
A lot of people complain that the Vassal algorithm sticks to highs for it goes in streaks.
Yeah,
Well, but the thing is that Albert and I were also rolling in between your different rolls. We're rolling 34s, 34s, 35s, 42s, 22s,
Yeah,
35s,
that's true.
53s. So, I mean, you might have just been, when you happened to hit it, you happened to be catching either the highs or lows, while Albert and I were getting all of the middle kind of stuff.
Yeah, I ended up with a bunch of middles too here. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And then you hit a low streak there, Bob. But okay.
Oh yeah,
our
I
final
hit
part
the
here
lows.
yeah. Our final part here is our two cavalry charge completions here. So all right, so I think I'll do the right hand side first. Now, am I hitting both squares or am I hitting just?
Nope, you're just hitting one. So that
That's
is
what I
the
thought.
downside of being in a 2 hex line. You're only half of the hex engaged, or half of the units engaged.
Oh, I know, but it's probably worth stopping other stuff from coming through. So
Sure. I mean, it's all part of the choice there.
All right.
yeah,
So, all right. So I got 35 and 25 doubled, right?
Yep, because it's heavy versus light.
No, they nobody's light there. Those are 12s.
Those
They're
are
light.
they're Landwehr cavalry.
Oh,
They're
Lander.
yeah. So they're considered
All
light.
Landwehr cavalry is light. Doesn't matter what
yeah,
they're moving.
that's true.
Yeah.
So
70, 50, 120, and you're
15. So it's 5-1 easily. Even
Yeah,
if
it's
you
5
add
to 1.
in his lance bonus of +4, so it's going to be 19. It's still 5-1.
5-1.
+2.
25.
So that's a 20. That becomes a 30, 32.
What?
Oh no, 25 +2.
31.
Yeah, 31. So it's DD. So he's going to lose an increment and route.
Oh, it's just so horrible.
Don't worry, you come right back and kill him if you want
That's
to.
it.
What?
That's it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. And we'll just leave the increment there to defend the line.
That's what's left of the poor little people there.
Yep.
It's a little smudge on the landscape.
Yeah, he's got 2 guys there. That's the trouble. He's still pretty big.
And I can move. I move in and I can change my facing. Correct.
You can advance into the hex. Yeah.
Ooh, man. You could move artillery up next turn and blow him away.
That might be fun. Dave, you can expand into 2 hexes if you want to.
And the second one here. What do we got? All right. So we've got. I got 24. I don't get my lance bonus.
These guys have lost like 1/4, so 1/3 less. So they're at 20. They do get their lance bonus. I'll ask.
So it's 1-1.
Yeah.
So I have 24.
And you've got 24, so it's a. Oh, actually, you
1-1
don't,
plus
because you've. Do you have a hit? Is there? This guy has a loss.
Oh, he does. Yes,
Yeah.
he does.
So he's going to be less. So it's a 1-2.
Oh, but he gets his bonus, right? Lancer bonus?
Oh yeah. You've got a lance bonus because those guys are lancers as well. So it's +4. Yep. So you're back to your 1-1.
1-1, you got a +1.
Yep.
64.
64 at 1-1.
That's
That is a DD.
Fine.
So that's going
Yes.
to have them lose an increment, and they've got to route.
no fun.
Hmm. Oh boy, where are we gonna find some replacements? Guess we're gonna have to use infantry and artillery to kill them, or to block that.
Guess so.
Don't have any. We don't have any heavy cavalry over here, do we?
I don't believe so.
I see mostly light cavalry. I
But
think
by
you
the next
took
time
all
we
the
play, I'll
heavies.
make sure that there will be some on there. Don't
Just
worry.
get out your magic marker.
That's it. Just copy and paste from Waterloo or something. Or Eylau, or we'll have some Russian heavy cavalry.
It's the Russian heavy guns that you want.
Oh, yeah, I'll put those all on there. That's a
Mhm.
good idea. That's a very good idea.
All right. So,
And so then this guy needs to advance into that hex.
oh, yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
Okay. I guess then now I just got to do disorder and routed.
Mm-hmm.
Now, which order is it in this game?
We do routed first.
Routed first in this game. Okay,
Yeah.
it's because it's opposite. All right. So it's one group down here at the bottom. 53. That's probably going to be enough
Yep.
to. All right. An illegal formation. Is that correct?
They come back in column. So when you recover from disorder or you recover from rout, you come back in column, and then the cavalry is marked as exhausted.
Unit exhausted. There we go. And all right, next stack over here. Also come back also in column.
Yep. But you can face them whichever way you want to.
Oops. That, and then I think I got one disordered guy up here. Back there. And disordered. Boom. 5.
Yeah, he should be fine because you've got a leader there.
Yeah.
And I'm sure
and
they don't. We don't have
22.
anybody who's got a morale.
Yeah.
That's in
Of
the
course you
30s.
don't.
Ah, you got some heavies. Okay. Damn it.
I think that's the end of the
Yep, that's the
Empire's
end of it
turn.
for the French.
All right.
So the next time we
Okay.
see you guys, it will be the Prussians 440 turn.
All right.
All righty.
So
All right, gentlemen.
Disordered to roll for next turn.
Okay. See you guys next time.
Albert.
What?
I don't know if you saw it, but Dave hit some cavalry and caused some issues there in the Highlands.
Oh,
Right here.
okay.
Caused these guys and these guys to go.
Really?
Which was
2
heavy
different cavalry units? Okay.
Yeah, heavy cavalry and some infantry.
All right. We might have to move some people around. Okay. All right.
All right.
all right. Well, that was all very good and exciting, gentlemen.
There was.
That was.
And
All right.
I will I'll see Jim on Wednesday. He's coming down, and we're playing Eylau. And my friend Keith Powell, who's the retired head librarian at UCI, he's coming over and learning La Bataille as well.
Mhm.
And so I will ask Jim about our little question that about reaction charging cavalry, what they can and cannot do.
All right. Good.
So maybe we'll get some sort of ruling, or he will point out somewhere in the rules where we completely missed what they were asking us or telling us to do. So, which is entirely likely.
I don't know. They design the games so they're biased. We need to find some higher authority, like the United
We take it
Nations.
to the yes. I think the
United Nations Court of Wargaming.
yes. I'm
Oh,
sure
The Hague.
somebody
The
on
Hague, yes, the Hague has
Take
a
it to The Hague.
court there for wargaming. I
There you
think
go.
Those Dutch know what, and they, Okay. All right,
that's
John,
the old
I'll see you.